I started.
Okay, I'm Cadet Epstein. I will be briefing my Opord. I'll now orient you to my TM. This way is north. To my right is the east. To my left, west. Down is south. Up here in the yellow is a training boundary and a rail line. This black area right here is an unpaved West Point airstrip. This blue and this blue to the north and the south of the airstrip are both water. This water stream is much weaker than the one to the north. And this red right here is a pipeline. Time zone used throughout the Opord, Quebec. Task organization, first squad will be my assault 1. Second squad will be my assault 2. I'll draw EPW and aid and litter from first squad. Third squad will also be my security squad, who will also be my trail element when conducting ordered movements. So they will be responsible for all LDA crossings, which we will have about 4. They are not shown on this TM because our movement is so long. So the LDA crossings will be to the west of this TM. Situation, and fourth squad will be my weapon squad, also support by fire. Situation, Atropian military exercises along the borders of the Jenga region proved Arianan military action to seize and retain key hydrocarbon assets in the Jenga region critical to Atropia's economy. Platoon AO. AO Scarlet is approximately 6 kilometers deep, north to south. Again, our AO is much bigger than this TM, and 4 kilometers wide, east to west. It is bounded to the north by the Ohio River and to the east by MSR Louisville, otherwise known as US Highway 31 West. The southern and western boundaries are formed by MSR Louisville, ASR Brandenburg, and ASR Wilderness. The southeast corner of AO Scarlet is the intersection of MSR Louisville and ASR Brandenburg. The southern boundary of the AO then follows ASR Brandenburg to the southwest to ASR Wilderness. The western boundary of AO Scarlet is formed by ASR Wilderness, running northwest to the Ohio River. Obstacles. Water features such as this water feature and this water feature to the north and south of our objective may limit wheeled and tracked vehicle movement. This does not necessarily affect us because we will be conducting the entire movement on foot. However, our enemy may or may not be conducting movements with vehicles. Avenues of approach. MSR Louisville is the only high-speed avenue of approach in our AO. Also, there are trails that allow for heavy maneuvers. Not very close to our objective though, so don't worry about it too much. Key terrain. Control of ASR trestle allows for mounted movement. Observation in fields of fire. Vegetation can limit observation up to 150 meters. Open areas of up to 500 meters along the high-speed avenues of approach. Cover and concealment. Micro-terrain provides cover from small arms, and vegetation can provide concealment. Along our movement of about 4,000 meters, there is quite a bit of elevation, so that should provide good cover. Weather, most likely 50 degrees and sunny, low chance of severe weather. Civilian considerations, do not destroy historic sites or oil reserves. Enemy, Ariana forces will most likely fight and decentralize at the squad size within the AO, and they do have indirect fire capabilities from outside the AO. Most probable course of action, SAPA fights decentralized at the squad level, executing AT and small arms ambushes to disrupt coalition sustainment assets in the coalition support area. Most dangerous course of action, SAPA task organizes into a conventional platoon and attacks to destroy key MC and sustainment nodes to disrupt coalition forces at echelon. Enemy is equipped with Soviet-era small arms and mortars. Mission 2 levels up. 118th Infantry attacks to clear objectives in AO Dagger along Axis Midwest no later than 21 February 24 in order to deter further aggression by Ariana and irregular threats in the Jenga region of Atropia. Mission 1 level up. Alpha Company, 118th Infantry, attacks to defeat enemy forces in AO Scarlet no later than 1300 February 24 in order to enable friendly forces' offensive operations in AO Dagger. Commander's intent. Purpose of Operation Scarlet Strike 2 is to expel Arian and irregular forces, re-establish international boundaries, and assist HAR-SF in enforcing security, stability, and essential services. Adjacent units. 1st Platoon will conduct a raid in vicinity of Echo Hotel 865-051 at Objective Phillies to destroy enemy retrans sites in order to disrupt enemy comms with reinforcing elements to the north of AO Scarlet. 2nd Platoon will attack to destroy enemy mission command node in vicinity of Echo Hotel 88-0 at Objective Yankees in order to enable the battalion's decisive operation, Barbaric Company, to conduct offensive operations east of PL Louisville. Note that 2nd Platoon is our company's decisive operation. 3rd Platoon, our mission. We will conduct a raid to destroy enemy mortar position in vicinity of Echo Hotel 902043 at Objective Metz in order to prevent enemy indirect fires in AO Scarlet and enable freedom of maneuver for friendly forces in AO Hardin. I say again, we will conduct a raid to destroy enemy mortar positions in vicinity of Echo Hotel 902043 at Objective Metz in order to prevent enemy indirect fires in AO Scarlet and enable freedom of maneuver for friendly forces in AO Hardin. End state. All enemy retrograded or destroyed west of PL Louisville. AO Hardin secured and minimize civilian casualties and damage to the infrastructure. Concept of operations. We will conduct this mission in 4 phases. Phase 1 is planning and ongoing and ends with SP from our patrol base, which is not on this TM, but is about 4,000 meters west of our ORP. Phase 2 begins with SP from our patrol base and ends with arrival at the ORP. Phase 3 begins at the ORP and key leaders going on leaders recon to get eyes on the objective and ends with actions on the objective. Phase 4 begins with actions on the objective and ends with reconsolidation back to the RP and back to the ORP. Scheme of maneuver and timeline. We will be conducting this mission from 08 and will be finished no later than 1300, 21 February 24. The movement from patrol base to the ORP will be 4,200 meters. At 69 degrees to the RP for our patrol base, we'll be conducting SILS halts about every 300 meters to try and get a better idea of dangers in the area or possible enemies in the area. Note that we will be crossing at least 4 LDAs on this long movement, and our trail element will be providing security at each one of these LDAs. Also note that there is a good amount of elevation throughout the movement. This will provide good cover. However, it will lead to our troops becoming more tired, so make sure they're drinking water and taking appropriate and necessary breaks throughout the movement. That's why I left so much time, about 5 hours for this mission to get completed. The ORP will be established at 8990 no later than 0945. Key leaders will then leave Agatwa and go out on the leader's recon to get eyes on the objective no later than 095, and they will return no later than 10:15. The objective Metz again can be found at Echo Hotel 9020 It is a 200-meter movement from the ORP at a 60-degree azimuth to get to our RP. I will drop SNO at this RP. Next, I will emplace left and right security with my security squad leader and leave them with radios to ensure good communication. I will then recon both my support by fire positions and my assault positions on the objective. I want to place my support by fire position right in front of the water stream right here, because most likely enemy will not be crossing the water stream and hitting our support by fire from their rear. And I will be placing our assault position directly, both assault 1 and assault 2, directly in front of the objective, creating an L-shaped element with our support by fires and assault elements. Then we will do movement back to the RP, and then back to the ORP, where we will pick up the rest of our platoon, and then key leaders will then emplace their troops where their element was reconned on the leader's recon. Initiation of fire will be primary 240s and alternate radios. Once all troops are in place, PL will initiate fire with the pace plan previously mentioned, and a mad minute will commence. Once all the enemies are dead, our assault elements will pick up and begin bounding through the objective within their fire teams and their squads, and then with the other squad. We will shift fire and live fire, and LOA will be called once the assault elements have reached 35 meters past the objective, which I put on the airstrip, but depending on access to the airstrip, we may not be able to reach LOA, but we should still have enough space before the airstrip begins past our objective to reach LOA out of hand grenade range. We will then conduct special teams. Special teams were assigned previously in our task organization, and our withdrawal plan will be red, white, blue, assault being red, support by fire being white, and security being blue. And then we'll reconsolidate back at the ORP same way we came onto the objective and await further instructions. If you would like to take a closer look at how a raid is conducted, please refer to the Ranger Handbook on page 718, where you will find a full checklist, supporting tasks, and a better close-up picture of how a raid is conducted. I'll now move on to sustainment, which will be briefed by my PSG. Class 1, water gallons, ice, MREs. Class 2, engineer tape, BS17 panels, chem lights, 100 mile/hour tape, 550 cord, batteries by type and number. Class 3, CLP bottle. Class 4, NSTR. Class 5, 5.56 rounds by 10, 5.56 link rounds by 200, and 7.62 link rounds by 100. Class 6, NSTR. Command and signal. Our company commander will be located at the top, Echo Hotel, 86200225 for the duration of the mission. Succession of command will be PL, PSG, and then weapons squad leader. PL will be located in between machine gun 1 and assault 1 in the order of movement. PSG will be between machine gun 2 and assault 1 in the order of movement. And we'll be moving in a squad column fire team wedge. Our PL will be with support by fire during actions on the objective to ensure he can call up to hire for anything that he may need, whether it's IDF or medevacs. And PSG will be with our assaulting elements during actions on the objective. Pace plan for communication will be primary radios, alternate hand and arm signals, contingency runner, emergency screaming. That concludes my Opord brief. Do we have any questions? Nope. All right, back brief time, back brief done.